didn't even know what I didn't know. And what I learned, I had to learn fast. And every day is a memory past. Wild and free, I can't tame the land, but it won't get me. Harmony, the sound of the water as it rolls down to the sea. When nothing's level, nothing's square, it feels like this land don't play fair. Somehow we get along, and after all, she gave me this song. Wild and free, I can't tame the land, but it won't get me. Harmony, the sound of the water as it rolls down to the sea. All right, thank you. What's on the list?
Kingdom Come.
I need my young eyes over there to read the set list to me. We're gonna do you now a song about a futuristic medieval kingdom, which never really made any sense to me, so we'll leave it at that for the moment. And the man in the polka dots is lining up. Here we go. Ta-da!
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Well, the queen told the king so many things. I'm confident she blew his mind. Don't trust the miller to be a fair giver. I know he's kept what is rightfully mine, and it never really made much sense to me. Till the sun sank low enough, set in their eyes, and they came to the place where the sand meets the sea. Waiting there was a surprise, and it never really made much sense to me. Try something new, and it never really made much sense to me. They swam off the shore with a waiting boat moored, and there they were greeted enthusiastically. The waves broke the bow, it was then they learned how more mounted their horses to ride. With a new harsh decision, they'd offer provisions, set out to tell the people in the countryside, and it never really made much sense to me. They rode into town with their frowns upside down. They called all the people to the square. From here on out, no one will go without. Everything in this kingdom we will share. Finally, it made a lot of sense to me.
Cool.
Yeah. Whenever you need to use your mando, use your guitar line for it, because you couldn't get that mic working.
Gotcha.
And he'll watch it and mute it, so.
Oh, okay. He just changed. I got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
whenever need to switch.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, working out the kinks. We're doing great. It's wonderful to be here at the center. It's. Oh, you're ready. Oh, excuse me. I didn't think he was going to move that fast. We'll talk later. So, during this time of COVID, Django's made fantastic use of his time, and he really honed his finger-picking skills, and he rearranged a song of mine, and it goes like this.
Ready?
I will always remember 1st of December's rain coming down. Dark and cold, our new home waiting for better. And sometimes a memory, it's greater than the moment from which it came. Yesterday's come and gone, time it has a way of making right from wrong. Life is always clear in the rearview mirror. What you push away, it only gets nearer. Sometimes a memory, it's greater than the moment. The water never run. We had our fun staying together. No wood stove. We were cold bathing in the weather. Sometimes a memory, it's greater than the moment from which it came. Yesterday's come and gone, time it has a way of making right from wrong. Life is always clear in the rearview mirror. What you push away, it only gets nearer. Sometimes a memory, it's greater than the moment. Summer came soon, our candles melted by noon, baking in the shelter. We had no shade, and so we played by the river. Sometimes a memory, it's greater than the moment from which it came. Yesterday's come and gone, time it has a way of making right from wrong. Life is always clear in the rearview mirror. What you push away, it only gets nearer. Sometimes a memory, it's greater than the moment. That is my 16-year-old son, Django Ruckrich. And somewhere in the house is the polka-dotted man, lurking in the shadows. We're going to do some material here. We had the great privilege and good time of going into the recording studio with Joe back when people did stuff like that. And Joe produced our first CD. He did percussion, arranging, all over wizardry. And we're going to start digging into some of those tunes.
We got Mando.
Oh, yeah, okay. I always think of, there we go. When I use my, this is what it's like in my living room. When I use my glasses to put on my capo, I always think of Doc. I'm like, Doc put his capo on every time, you know? And here I am like, I can't do it. Okay. Oh, I should. Excuse me, I'm just gonna do this pretty non-discreetly because the capo changes tuning, so.
I'd like to make a clarification for those of you out in listening land. If you weren't sure which Doc he was referring to, because of course there's Doc Severinsen, there is Doc from the old Western Gunsmoke on television. There are many Docs, and there's What's Up Doc, but he's referring to the late great Doc Watson, who was from Deep Gap, North Carolina, and boy, I just, I know there's a lot of us out there that know when you said Doc.
Yeah.
I knew.
He was Django's first guitar hero. Django was the youngest player at MerleFest when he was 5 and 6. We went down and he played on the U stage. We got to meet Doc. It was amazing. That's great. Okay, back to the music here. We're going to do a piece here, which was rearranged by Django and Joe and makes it a little more challenging for me, but it's definitely better for it. So we'll give it a try. Ready? 2, 3. Little bird, can you tell me how it feels when you fly? Little bird, can you tell me, do you open your eyes? Oh, tell me the answers to the questions on my mind. Oh, give me the questions for the answers I will find. one way out, boxing in Highland. Open mouth, sing to me, sweet melody, river answers in perfect harmony. Oh, tell me the answers to the questions on my mind. Oh, give me the questions for the answers I will find. Where the fruit trees grow in the valley, a white buffalo is a place I came to know, is a place I went to grow. Oh, tell me the answers to the questions on my mind. Oh, give me the questions for the answers I will find. I always feel relieved when I get that right. Young Eyes, what's the...
Run Out of Town.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to tune, and I will give you a very brief, as quickly as I can. So the backstory of the song is that 3 years ago, my family and I, Django, his little sister Jasmine, and my wife Brenda, went on a busking tour of mostly Spain, France, a little Moroccan adventure, and it was wonderful. People loved us. We made enough money to survive almost every day. There's just one catch. It was completely illegal to do that with children in Spain, and so we ran into a number of problems. And when they came up, we would move on to the next town. So this one's called Run Out of Town. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Run out of town once again. Say I'm a no good dad, but I sing my song, kids play along, and we'll run out of town once again. Whopper makes the old lady smile, but every once in a while you get an unhappy fascist with the law on his side, and we'll run out of town once again. Lays the melody down. People they gather round. Oh, the sweeter the sound, the more easily found. And we'll run out of town once again. Played in your cities and your towns, spreading our love around. Now what could be wrong? Sharing our song, and we'll run out of town once again. They always says as a parent I failed. Tell me I'll go to jail. The families clap and dance, but there's always a chance we'll be run out of town once again. The police would just leave us alone. We can make a new home. Oh, the people want us here, but the law's always near. And we'll run out of town once again. All right, the crowd goes wild. And rope swing. Okay, so as we switch around, would you like to say something?
I just wanted to say, you know, what's so great about this experience is that we're reframing the idea of how to respond. And what we're doing is we are virtually receiving your applause wherever you're watching us out there in computer land. And we know that you're with good, what? Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's like the news reports where the anchor person is talking to the wrong camera, and then it's, yeah, something like that. So thank you all for stopping by. We realize that you have a choice of airlines on a night like tonight, and you have your remote, and you're kind of surfing, but we hope that you'll hang out for a while, maybe go somewhere else, but come back to see us again, because you never know what's going to happen. Thank you.
That is the truth. Okay, so
Ready?
to the music.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
When the time is right, we'll head outside and run across the bridge. Chase one another cause we love each other. It's our life on the ridge. We'll hold on tight as we launch into flight. There is no gravity in the wind in the trees, bending of our knees. What else do we need? Seems to me what's in between, well, it often goes unseen, like an equinox or a paradox in the colors of your dream. There is no other way. Let's ask love to stay inside our hearts and we'll be alright. This sun, the moonlit fun, we're ready to play. We climb 4 feet high, fly through the sky, laughter's our way. My boy and girl say it's the funnest in the world, and I think they would know. And I found the spot, Michael tied the knot, we're ready to go. They are perfect and I am love, or at least I try to be. Faith is cheap if you risk nothing for what you believe. There is no other way. Let's ask love to stay inside our hearts and we'll be alright. Let's ask love to stay inside our hearts and we'll be alright. Thank you. Amber Joe, is it your time? One more? Okay. Okay, we'll play one more song, then Amber Joe's going to come up and... Oh, actually, now would be a great time, apparently, Amber Joe, because Django's all whacked out of tune. So we're going to put Amber Joe on the spot, make her come over right now. So please welcome out there Amber Joe, our Executive Director-in-Chief.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having us. It's an honor and a pleasure to play in this magnificent new theater.
And it's an honor for all of our stage workers to have a job tonight, doing some sound and lights, and it's an honor to give them something to do. I think we forget that it's artists on the stage, but it's also all the people that make the art happen that also are suffering during this time with nothing to do. And you know, you brought up that Django was working on a song during COVID, and you know, we find that lots of artists are kind of working and honing their craft. Can you guys just tell us like something that you've done during this time of shutdown that's kind of kept you going?
Yeah, we're going to end the show tonight with a song that I wrote for the Times called COVID-19, and it was sort of a cathartic healing process for me. You know, I wrote it probably a couple weeks after the pandemic started, trying to sort of process and address the current state of the world, not realizing that only a few months later there would be other topics to deal with as we burn here in the West. But I've focused on, you know, writing music that makes me feel better, and always, you know, I'm really fortunate that my son is my musical partner, so there's no distance. We're never more than a few feet apart. So it's been a great time for us to work together.
That's awesome. Joe, how about you?
Amber Joe, we all know that the coronavirus has created a horrific thing for the entire globe, but it has also provided us an opportunity. And it's an opportunity to be the mother of reinvention for many of us, to reinvent ourselves, to realize we threw away the script. We have to write a new script in real time. And that's what I've done, is that I've seen the value of being an artist as also not just an artist who's a performer, but realizing I've got something to share beyond just performance on the stage, and that is to empower other people to make music. So education, which is of course a huge component of what the Center for the Arts does, is something that is near and dear to my heart as an artist and an educator. So I have gone online teaching, and I never thought I would do that. I'm kind of an old school kind of guy, but I've embraced it, and now I really see the value in it, and I will be carrying that forward as we leave this pandemic through a different portal and bringing some of the change, some of that reinvention that we discovered within ourselves forward. Thank you.
That's great. Yeah, and we will be continuing to broadcast our artists. When we can have an audience, we're going to continue to broadcast artists from the stage. And so that's something that we're learning here at the center, because we know this could go on for a long time, and we need to bring arts into the homes of the most vulnerable in our community. And that is what this series is about. So please support this series. The center raised some money so we could do about 5 of these. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep trying to raise the money and keep our doors open and keep artists with something to do on the stage. So if you're out there watching us, if you can please, and I'll explain it better this time because people say it's like hard to figure out. So if you go to your phone and you text to the number 56651, and then in the little message field, you write "from the center," you can make a text to give donation. That money goes to supporting this series and the artist and keeps it going. So please text to give 56651, and the message in that text is "from the center," and that's how you support us. And you can also go online to the PayPal. It keeps our doors open. It keeps us going. Thank you. The artists need you. We need you. Let's support each other during this time. And now, back to the musicians.
Oh, that's right.
So now comes my favorite part of the show. Django's been, again, like my living room. Django's been, we've been going down to see Joe for 5 years now, I think. Once a month, if it works, for 2-hour intensives, and they do their thing, and you're about to witness something that to me is always my favorite part of the month and the best show I see every month that most people don't get to see. So I'm glad they're going to share this with you. Complete freestyle Mando, unscripted, unprompted, and I'm out of here.
One of the things I've really enjoyed doing with Django, he really has been a star student for me, is to explore the value of improvisation, not just from an artistic perspective or from a performance perspective on stage or with paintbrushes or dancing shoes or film or whatever you want, but it's the practice of the idea that instead of spending time preparing for the outcome, that you also spend time preparing for whatever may come. Thank you. And for those of you that are in the audience, what would be something that would be a little bit more of a period piece style response would be this. All together now. You can do this at home too. Crazy baby. Better than a double latte at Starbucks.
Okay, that was my favorite part of the show. Okay, I guess I could have done this before, but I didn't. Sorry about that. Let's see. Oh, wow.
You gotta
Okay.
pick in the strings.
What?
You gotta pick in the strings.
Oh, that explains a lot. Thank you, Django. So I'm going to tell you a story now that took place a long time ago. I'll get this, I promise. This next story takes place in India, where a lot of stuff takes place. Much of it hard to understand. I went to the city of Benares, we call it Varanasi now, and I wasn't quite sure if I was on the same planet I was born in. It was just unbelievable, literally. And nonetheless, here's something called Light a Candle. I'm glad that kept you entertained. Shall we? Oh, I like it, I like it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Light a candle and you float it down the river. Bless yourself while there's time. And if you want me to, I will wait for you until the next time. Will I be fine? I will be fine. Follow the river where it may lead me, and I will carry what I can. Beyond a man with the purple hands is where I stand. Oh, will I be fine? I will be fine. I seek truth in between the places where I think it would lie. I listen for that voice inside the spaces between the noise of my mind. Oh, I'll be fine. Well, I'll be fine. Climb a mountain, see a blooming altar in the warm springtime. Beyond the temples along the trail is where I find. Oh, I'll be fine. Oh, I'll be fine. And I seek truth in between the places where I think it would lie. I listen for that voice inside the spaces between the noise of my mind. Oh, I'll be fine. Oh, I'll be fine. Okay. What's next there, my young man?
We've got.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Now we're doing Still Life, which we haven't
I don't think we rehearsed that one.
rehearsed that with Joe, but that's okay. I always like those dark bluegrass, you know. Well, anyway, I'm not getting into the details, but those dark murder ballads, and I was going to get really graphic, but it's the wrong time for it. The dark murder ballads where, you know, someone winds up in the river and someone got drunk at their still and stuff like that. And so I wanted to write, I wanted to write one, and this is what I came up with. It's called Still Life. Okay, apologize. The capo really knocks it out.
I want to take an opportunity to also thank the Center for the Arts for seeing so deeply the power and the significance of family, from bloodline to community and beyond, out there wherever you might be tuning in and listening from. I have a daughter that I play music with, and the power and the joy and the bond, the connection that can be made with your family between the generations is huge. And all of us can make music. And doing that with family, with your wife, with whoever, your husband, your grandparents, your partner, your auntie, your unkie. It's all part of sharing and opening up your heart to your family in a way that's different from the day-to-day. And matter of fact, what's even really great is when you making music a day-to-day. So thanks, Center for the Arts. Thanks, Amber Joe. Thanks, everybody, for bringing, in the word of Lewis Carroll, your muchness to our community here. Yeah.
Well said. Listen to me, brother, I'll tell you a tale. Man left his country, said he would not fail. Left a wife and family seeking fortune and fame. Wife and children, even his name. Even his name, Lord, even his name. Shores, the valleys grew no food. Hills kept their timber, and he knew what he must do. Stole the church's coinage, and he bought himself a still. Prayed every Sunday he could drink his fill. Drink his fill, Lord, he could drink his fill. came down river, the moonshine in them hills. Men they come a-looking for to get themselves still. Now the man who lost his name, he surely lost his life. Back home, children, and a loving wife. His loving wife, Lord, his loving wife. Yeah, okay. It looks like we're wrapping it up. I think we can get two in, or should we just do two songs? Okay, we'll do two more songs for you. We're going to do a song, She Came to Me, so that Joe gets the prompt, that I wrote for my wife, Brenda, a long time ago. Feels like a long time. It's our other bluegrass song, if you will. At least I think it is.
I'd like to. It's been in our consciousness today, but I want to give a shout out, as we all are doing on a daily basis, to our first responders at all the fires that are going on throughout the West Coast. Our friends and neighbors here in California who have gone through a horrific experience with a fire, whether they've lost their home or not, and to applaud the love of community gathering around folks to help them. And of course, the acknowledgement of 9/11 and remembering that day as well. So staying strong, keeping our hearts open and connected with one another. But thanks again to our firefighters who are really, and our first responders of all types, paramedics, law enforcement, everybody helping. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, we got two more for you. Let's play some bluegrass.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Came to me with a painting in her eye. She came to me with a poem on her tongue. She came to me with a melody inside. When first I saw her, I knew she's mine. And I'm leaving without believing that I'll be left behind. When the mystery's played and the heart's displayed, I will be by your side. I'll be by your side. Came to me with scarves wrapped around her neck. She came to me with her thigh on her hands. She came to me with a heart so sweet and fine. First I saw her, I knew she's mine. And I'm leaving without believing that I'll be left behind. When the mystery's played and the heart's displayed, I will be by your side. I'll be by your side. Came to me with a painting in her eye. She came to me with a poem on her tongue. She came to me with a melody inside. First I saw her, I knew she's mine. And I'm mysteries played and the haunts displayed, I will be by your side. I'll be by your side. Nice. I assure you it was not that quick when I wrote it, but sometimes band members get their say in the tempo. We're definitely going to slow it down. We're going to end our evening, and I want to say thank you to everyone out there listening, supporting, contributing. Everyone here at the Center for the Arts has done an amazing job to give us a real stage experience, which is hard to come by these days. It's an incredible theater. I really encourage everyone to support this place. I look forward to seeing you all here someday. And we're very lucky to have this jewel right here in our neighborhood. We're going to end it tonight with a song for the times there called COVID-19. Which doesn't go like that, but I need my glasses for this one because otherwise I don't do as well.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of psychedelic. Never mind. Whoa. Too much. Just excuse me if I miss a note. It's the new intro to my song, COVID-19. You can see I taught Django everything he knows.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's do this, right? 2, 3, 4. Children park's gone quiet, neighborhood looks like a movie set. I greet my friends from a distance, how much worse can it get? The answer we'd all like to know. And if you need some, I have love, and you can take it to go. Inside these times, it's not hard to see. All we got is each other, we are what we need. When this ends, well, I just don't know. And if you need some, I have love, and you can take it to go. You can write me a letter, call me on the phone, send me a message, you are not alone. When this ends, well, I just don't know. But if you need some, I have love, and you can take it to go. Okay, well, good night, everybody. Stay safe out there. Take care of each other. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, all you out there. I want to thank Brian Smid, Don and Bartlett, Craig Silverman, Azrael and Michael, Paul Schinenberg, Don Gale, and Julie Hauser, thank you for donating. This video will be up until Friday, so please continue to give to the Kip Jar. Support this series, support these artists, support the center. Keep it going. It'll be up for a week so you can watch it. And thank you for being with us tonight. Have a great evening.